Little Badman and the Invasion of the Killer Aunties. To my mom and dad and my family, my 3.5 fans, I have more. I may have more, but that's just an estimate. And most importantly, to God, Hamza. For Ellen who reads me, Henry. Chapter 1. A bee named Mustafa. You probably heard of me, right? Little Badman. No? Oh well, doesn't matter. You will do one day. I'm gonna be big. And not like my uncle Abdul who ate his own body weight in samosa and ended up in the hospital. This good kind of big, rich, famous and respected, like Jay-Z or that old white man from KFC. I was always destined to be big. Even when I was born, my mom said it was like trying to fit a nappy on the dishwasher. I call it big bone. Whatever. Point is, I'm a big fish in a small pond, like a shark in a fishbowl, or a pit bull in a hamster cage. Sooner or later, I'm gonna explode out of there, and the world's gonna know my name, Hamza Khan. But you can call me Little Badman. My path to greatness wasn't always clear. Even a ninja rapper gangster like me has to start somewhere, and I started in the hood, proper gangland territory, the Little Meadows Primary School, Eggington. To say there was a lot of gun crime wouldn't be an understatement. There was loads, just not in Eggington, mostly in America, I think. Still, I reckon it shaped me into a 12-year-old I am today. But nothing, and I mean nothing, shaped me as my final year at primary school. I don't know if you have ever seen any war movies about Vietnam or Iraq or the Galactic Empire, but none of that compares to what I went through in my final year at school. To call myself the greatest hero the world has ever known would be arrogant, so I won't do that. I'll leave you all to form your own opinion once you get all the end of my tale. And like so many history and great conflicts, it all began with something so small. In my case, it was a bee named Mustafa. I was sitting in class next to Umar when his pencil case started to vibrate. Is it me or is your pencil case ringing? I asked, watching the little metal box rattle down under the desk. Nah, that's just my bee, replied Umar. He's always doing that. Why you got a bee in your pencil case, man? Let that bee go. No ways, Umar said, trying carefully to peer inside the lid without the bee escaping. I'm keeping him. I never had a pet before. A bee ain't a pet. You can't stalk a bee or teach it its tricks. A bee is a bee. Doesn't mean it can't be a pet, said Umar. My cousin had a worm named Liam. Yeah, well, at least a worm isn't gonna sting you. Mustafa won't sting me. Who the hell is Mustafa? My bee, replied Umar. You call your bee Mustafa? Yeah, Mustafa bee. Why? Because I must have a bee? I don't know why we are friends, man. See, this is the kind of thing I have to put up with. I'm not saying Umar's an idiot, but you can only watch someone put their shoes on the wrong feet so many times before you start to wonder. Still, he's my best friend. Not forever, obviously. When I'm a famous ninja rapper, I'll probably be best friend with Busta Rhymes or Dr. Dre or one of the Power Rangers. But for now, I gotta put up with Umar. Ow! Shouted Umar, slamming the pencil case shut. Did you get stung, Aaron? No, replied Umar, rubbing his swollen tongue. Well, maybe. Oh, great, I said. Now you killed him. Killed him, gasped Umar, staring at the pencil case containing his bee. What are you talking about? I haven't touched him. You don't have to. What's this thing you did? That's it. They died. Well, I didn't know that, cried Umar. Why did you do it, Mustafa? Why? Quiet down, man. We're gonna be in trouble. Oh, Mustafa, why? Well, Umar, tears filling his eyes. You two, came from a voice from the front of the class. What's going on back there? Nothing, miss, I replied. Umar just got stung by a bee. He's dying, miss. He's dying, bawled Umar. Who's dying? Said Miss Crumble, standing panicking. Mustafa, replied Umar. Who the earth is Mustafa? Asked Miss Crumble, arriving at the desk. My bee, my poor dead bee. A bee, she said, looking at a little nervous and taking a step back. You sure he's dead? He's a goner, me, I replied. Umar basically murdered him. I didn't mean to, wailed Umar. Okay, as long as you're certain he's dead, she said, looking relieved. I'm afraid so, miss, I replied, shaking my head. He's buzzed his last buzz. Gone to the great beehive in the sky. He's making honey for 2 pack. For goodness sake, muttered Miss Crumble. It's always something with you two, isn't it? Don't blame me, I replied. Blame Mr. Beekeeper here. Hey, look, Umar beamed, looking up from the open cake. He's not dead after all. Now it was long after that I learned some important lesson about bees. Firstly, not all bees die after they sting you. Turned out that was just honeybees. Secondly, big heavy mustafa was actually a bumblebee and had no intention of dying anytime soon. And thirdly, and this one was probably most important of all, Miss Crumble is always and has been a super allergic to bee sting. Like crazy serious life-threatening allergic. Oops. Miss Crumble let out a scream so loud and horrible that Wendy Wang's glasses shattered right in there on her face. Miss C began to flail her arms around like a windmill in a hurricane, desperately trying to swat poor Mr. Mustafa. Calm down, miss, I said. It's only a bee. But Miss Crumble wasn't listening. She was in a wild panic. No one in the class was laughing because none of us decided it was hilarious or a bit scary. I mean, seriously, she looked insane. She was knocking up over there, pulling posters off the wall, spinning around so fast. I felt dizzy just watching her. And then the inevitable happened. You can only imprison an innocent bee for so long before he cracks, and Mustafa had enough. Flying between Miss Crumble's windmill fist, Mustafa scored a direct hit right on the end of her nose. Pow! You can almost hear the thing popping into a big red spiny target. Miss Crumble froze instantly. She stopped screaming, stopped swinging her arms. She just looked at the end of her nose until she went fully cross-eyed. Mustafa looked back right at her. She wiggled his bum and gave a short, victorious buzz and then flew out the window. Bye, Mustafa, said waving. I'll never forget you. Miss Comer didn't move an inch except for her nose, which was already growing at an alarming rate. It was like someone was inflating a balloon in there. In an instant, that swelling that spread to her cheek, her neck, her hands, she plumped down in her chair looking dead. She said, which I think rough translate as my tongue has swollen. Huh? I said, watching her slowly inflate. Do you reckon she's gonna burst? I hope not, replied Uma. Maybe we could go get some ham. I don't know. She had a pretty good innings. Hamza! Yeah, okay, I said, pushing my seat out. I mean, if you felt that bad about killing a bee, imagine how you're gonna feel after killing a teacher. Hamza! Cried Umar, who just started to look a bit ill himself. Only playing, man. Come on, let's go save the day. And with that, we jumped up and ran off to look for a teacher who was about to explode. When the ambulance took her away, Miss Crumble looked like a beach ball dressed as a woman. I couldn't help myself but feel like maybe I was just a tiny little responsible. After all, I was the one who assured her Mr. Farr was her dead. But in my defense, if there are gaps in my knowledge about bees, who could be more responsible than my own teacher? So really, when you take that into account, it was all Miss Crumble's fault, and I'm totally blameless. I feel much better after that. Come on, Umar, I said. Let's go shoot some more scenes for the video. I don't know, Hamza. Are we meant to be in lessons? How are we gonna go to a lesson when the teacher's dead? Dead? Said Umar looking shocked. Or sick? I don't know. I ain't a doctor. Now, come on, if we're quick. If we fill the home course before the... Not so fast, you two came a booming voice from nearby. Uh-oh, said Umar, swallowing so hard you can hear it. Before we could even turn around, a large heavy hand fell on each other's shoulder. What's this I hear about you two and Mr. Crumble? Said Mr. Offenbach. Now I don't know what your husbands are like, but I was big, King Kong big, like Volvo in a tie. Have you ever seen one of those cop shows on TV where they really angry surgeon, while I would look like the surgeon that ate the surgeon? He had a huge mustache like the head of a broom that stretched and contracted like a caterpillar when he spoke. His head alone must have weighed the same as my sofa. He was not someone you wanted to get off the wrong side. I can explain, I said as fast as I could get the word out. No need for that, Hamza, said Mr. Offerber. The paramedics explained everything. I had a sinking feeling I was about to get it bad. And however bad Mr. Offerber could be, it wouldn't come close to the trouble I'd been in when my mom and dad found out. No one punished like Pakistani parents. They take course in it. Even classier on the subject of making their sick kids suffer. So at this point, I figured I might have to run away and join the circus or the mafia, which was very easy to get into. And then something unexpected happened. You boys are heroes, said Mr. Box. They say that without your quick thinking, Miss Conman might have died. Well done, the pair of you. All right, I said with a smile. Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. Did they explain about Mustafa Umar before I elbowed him in the way? Shut up, Mustafa, hissed. Then I added a little that what he mean is they mention that we must have a reward for our bravery. Well, no, they didn't, said Mr. Offerbaugh. But now you mention it, I think that's a very good idea. How about half a day off for good behavior? I suggested. Ha ha ha, roared Mr. Buck, leaning back with his hand on his hip. Of course not. But I think I might just be able to convince the dinner lady to give you a second helping of dessert. Yeah, good luck with that, I replied. The old girl asked Rick, and have you seen the healthy stuff they make us eat these days? I swear I'm turning into a rabbit. Just leave it to me, Hamza. I know a thing or two about charming dinner ladies, he said with a wink, and turned away. I said to Umar after he'd gone. Old people should wink. I just swallowed some sick. Still double dessert, not a bad result, he replied. Yeah, maybe we should nearly kill teachers more often. I don't know. One are probably enough for me. Fair enough. Come on then. Let's go finish that shop. See, school is just the place I go to every day. Sort of like prison, but with worse food. My real work is making the greatest rap video ever produced. How else am I expecting to be so famous that people fight war over me? I'm gonna be so big, little Badman impersonator will be valid career choice. I'm gonna be so popular that cats learn to speak just for me for selfie. I'm gonna be so rich that even my butler will have a butler. And the only way to do that, any of that, is to make myself a smash hit music video. Enter my cameraman Umar. Now Umar may not have a lot of media training, but he might be shooting on his dad's old Nokia from Stone Age, and he might shake quite a lot when he's nervous. But all of that aside, he's got a pretty good eye, and more importantly, he's the one and only I can get the job to do. But it shouldn't matter too much after all. When you're pointing the camera at me, it's gone hard to go wrong. Hamza said almost 10 minutes later while looking through the tiny screen on his phone. I don't know how gangster this feels. What do you mean? Well, it kind of looks like you're in the toilet at primary school. Really, how can you tell? Probably the little urinal. They're a bit of a giveaway. That's not ideal, but it's the best we're gonna do. Can you frame them out? Maybe. I'm trying to not show too much of the graffiti. Why? We did that specially. Well, it doesn't look real. You can tell we done it on paper, stuck it to the wall. Of course we have. We don't want to get in trouble, do we? I said, yes, no, of course. But that's the bit not very gangster. I see what you're saying. Real rappers don't worry about that getting detention. Okay, just show a bit of toilets and a bit of graffiti. People are mostly going to look at me anyway. Got it, said Umar, and hit record. I took a deep breath and pulled up my best gangster face. Basically, you just create a little look like you never smiled for a photo before. Then I start spitting my rhymes. B to the A to the D, man. If other rapping can't, little Badman can. Straight from the hood like a rat from the drain. Ran to sick the bounce in your brain. That was so far as I got before the door to the toilet bed opened. There you are, snarled Mr. Offerbaugh. Even with just his head peering round the door, he seemed huge. Maybe the tiny unit added to the illusion. It looked like a giant in a jack and the beanstalk and had stopped by for a week. We had nowhere to run, and that was when I spotted her. Wendy ran, peering around the store behind the headmaster. Of course, classic Wendy ran. She couldn't keep it to herself. Wendy here said, began Miss Offera, that perhaps you two are heroes I took you for. Is that so? Define hero, I replied. She said it was you two who got Miss Crumble stung in the first place. You've been tormenting the bee and then lied about it being deceived. How would Wendy Mad know? She hasn't even got her glasses on. That's your fault too, said Wendy before hiding a little further from the door. Hamza, imagine you and me, continued Mr. Harperback. I don't know if my imagination is big enough, sir, I replied. Shut up, boy, he muttered. Now, if you were me and you received one side of a story from top student class president and chess team captain Wendy Van, and a very different contradictory story from D student class clown boy voted, most likely to get caught in a bear trap, Hamza Khan, would you believe me? Definitely the bear trap guy, he sounds pretty honest. Well then, that's where you and I differ, said Mr. Offerback with narrowing eyes. Does this mean we're not getting our extra pudding, asked Umar? The only extra you're getting is an hours extra after our detention after school. Oh man, that ain't fair, I said. It wasn't on purpose. It was that isn't that always your excuse, Hamza? Said Mr. Offerbaugh. No, I got a lot of excuses. I once said a ghost broke the canteen window. And did anyone believe you? No. And no one believes you now. So unless you want detention every day this week, get out of this toilet immediately and take that ridiculous graffiti with you. I'll be teaching you a lesson for the rest of your day. And when I'm in the mood for extra homework, man, Offerbox had to be the worst headmaster in the world. We used to have this nice old woman named Miss Prue who was pretty easy to confuse. I barely ever got caught when she was around. Then Offerbox showed up and suddenly we got 10 extra homework lines. I tell you, that ain't acceptable at primary school. How was I meant to enjoy misbehaving if I was kept getting punished for it? It was already getting dark when Oman and I got out of school. I was dragging my feet because I knew I'd be in trouble when I got home. My mom would ask me why I was late and if I lied she'd work it out. So I had to tell her the truth and then she'd tell my dad and then he threatened me with some weird punishment I never heard of before, like an hour or two headstand or sleeping in the drawer. Omar was looking at his phone and the screen was lighting up his face in the darkness. He said after a while. I'm not sure this is going to work after all. What? I asked. He turned the phone screen to show me the footage we shot earlier. At least I would think a blocky brown thing was moving near as some blocking. What the hell is that? I asked. You're the blocky brown thing, said Umar helpfully. I figured that, but you can't even tell I'm handsome. You can't even tell I'm human. Well, on the plus side, at least you can tell it's a toilet either. You can't tell anything. This is terrible. How old is that one? About twice as older, replied Umar. Oh man, this is never gonna work. Why can't you have a proper phone? It's the only phone my dad would give me. And can we use your... You know only got a pay gas now. What's a pay gas? I showed the little black box my dad had given me. It's like a phone that can only accept text messages. I said, doctors have them. It's like 3 times older than we are. Does it have a video camera? Take a while again. Well then, I don't know how we're gonna make a music video comes up. I got to make it, man. How else am I gonna take over the world and leave you suckers behind? You can study hard and gain confidence in the area you find rewarding. Yeah, or I can just catch a leprechaun and make him grant me wishes. But both those ideas are just fantasy. I gotta make this video, Umar. I just got to. And that when I saw it, we come to a stop outside the shop on High Street, and first neither of us noticed the window display. When Umar started staring at me open my he turned to look. Right there in the center of the window was the most beautiful thing I ever had. The Sony S3000 home pro compact video camera, white molded plastic with sharp outlet, black outlining, optical zoom lens, 16 megapixel sensor, 3-inch fold LCD screen, and all this in the package roughly the size of a chihuahua head. I had to have it. That'll do the job, said Uma. That'll do the job, I replied. Really, how? It's £150. Yeah, it marked down to from 300, but still £150 more than you got. Doesn't matter, I replied, staring at the twinkling lens in the display. It's destiny, Uma. It will be mine. Oh yes, it will be mine.